Hey, hello there. Thanks for joining me for another model build video series. This time I'm going to be working on a model that I've always wanted to do, that has just been one I've been itching to get, and I finally got it, and that is the Spinner from Blade Runner. Been wanting to do this one for a long time, and I'm going to go all out with this guy, lighting it up. So let's take a look at this kit. It's a Japanese model kit from Fujimi is the company, and let's take a look at this here. It's a 1/24th scale kit, and in here we've got our typical bag of parts. We have the main body of the car here, and I can't wait to do this kit. Here we've got the underside of the body, and we've got like the wheel fenders and the console and other items here for the car. Looks like we got a bag here that has the tires and the chairs and a bunch of the lights, which I'll be lighting up. Got another one here that has the back of the vehicle and the side panels. Of course, we have all the clear windows, and here we have a bag of all the colored lights and our decals. So let's take a look at the kit here. We've got the main body and the lower portion of the body, and the kit is very nicely detailed. Super sharp, crisp lines. Looks fantastic, just like the Spinner from the movie. And we got the bottom here, really nicely detailed as well. Very clean, crisp. Here we've got like the front fender areas, which I'm gonna light. I'm gonna cut this portion out on these and light them up, and also in the center here there's going to be some light coming through. And here we have the center console, which I will be lighting up with some photo etch I'm going to put over this part right here. And this is the photo etch I have. I got it from Paragraphics. Paul does some great stuff. And here you can see the center console portion of the photo etch. Also comes with some acetates that you can put behind the photo etch, and then you can backlight it and make it look like computer screens. Let's see if I can get this underneath here for you, and you can see how it'll be backlit and it'll look like computer monitors lighting up and showing you an image there. And you got several options that he's giving you. I'm not sure which one I'm going to use at this point. There's also photo etch of a center monitor right here, which goes in the console. Then we've got here, we have our tires, of course. We have our seats. Then we have all of these lights, which will go along the bottom of the car and also the top. We got some here that will fit into these cutouts on the bottom, like so, and they'll fit inside there. And then we got some others in the back portion of the car. Then of course we have the clear colored plastic pieces for the lights, so that you can have red lights and blue lights. And again, I'll be putting LEDs in here, so these will be lit and they will be flashing and blinking and such. They'll fit right inside those. And then there's also several of these like police lights, which I'm going to attempt to do a rotating LED if I can. We'll see how that's going to turn out, but I'm going to try to make it rotate inside there using 4 pico LEDs. In the front here is another light, and the lights here on the fenders. I'm going to cut this out, light those up. And I got something that I've never used before, but I picked up online. I picked up some of this cob LED strip. Cob meaning chip on board. Tons of little LEDs, cuttable every ½ inch. And I can cut it down to length. It runs off of 5 volts. And I'm going to use it to light this center portion here on the car. And for example, this is the clear plastic piece that goes in the center right here. So I'll cut a piece that's 1 inch long, since it's cuttable every ½ inch. We're looking at about 1 inch of length here. And then when you plug it into 5 volts, bam, very nice solid even light. And I should be able to adjust the voltage and even lower it down a little bit. I'll also use this on the inside of the fender portions here where the wheels are to light this stuff up as well. Once I cut out grooves in there, that'll be the source of light for lighting that up right through in this area. And then I'll use an LED for the middle section. And then these are the clear pieces which will go right over this area here to light. I'm going to try to use an Adafruit trinket to control all of my lighting, so I can do the rotating lighting and have flashing lighting in this particular sequence, which I would like, trying to match the sequence of the film as close as possible. So I've got my two body pieces, all the parts cut out here, taken away all the sprue parts, and I need to get started on these before I can do anything and prep them. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start drilling out some holes here for lighting, and I'm just going to go through and start drilling out inside of each one of these so that I can put a LED in here to light them up. And I've got all the holes cut there in the front portion and the holes in the rear portion of the underside. On the rear we have these areas here which are supposed to be lights, so I need to cut this whole area out in each one of these things, and then I'll backlight it with that cob LED strip. So I'm going to start out with a couple of holes drilled, and then I'm going to take an X-Acto blade and number 11 blade and just cut around inside here until I get some nice clean square light sections here in the rear of the vehicle. And you can see I've got one cut out there, nice rectangular shape, and here's all 5 of them cut, ready to be backlit. And again, I'll probably use my cob LED again and just put some diffusion here and just light it with the cob LED, and it'll be a white light coming out of the back. For the top here, I've drilled a hole so that I can do the siren light up on the top center. Back here we have some grill areas which are also lit up on the car, so these areas in here need to be removed, and I have some photo etch right here which I will use to cover that area with. And I'm going to drill a hole right into the lower portion of the body on either side here to run wires into this for the LED. And I've got that hole drilled here, and then this little piece will just fit over there like so, and the LED will come through that hole inside here, and it'll just light up the interior of this piece here. But now I just need to cut away this front portion for the photo etch grill. Same thing for the front. There's a grill section here which is already molded into the front, but I need to cut out in here so I can attach the photo etch. At this time I'm going to go ahead and start cutting the grills out of this photo etch piece that I have here so that I can start working on that portion. And then I'm just going to take my X-Acto blade and I'm just going to start trimming away at this to cut away the entire interior so that the photo etch can fit over the top of it and can be lit from the back side. And just going to keep working on it until I can get it all cut away. And there we've got it all cut away now. And then the photo etch piece will just fit over the front of it and be glued in position. Let's see here. And it'll just be glued in position right there on the front of this, and then I can put a light inside there to light it up. And I've also gone and I've cut away the front of the underside as well on both sides so that I can put the photo etch grill on those sections as well. And I'm going to go ahead and glue those into position at this time. I've got some super glue, and I'm just going to take some super glue and run it all around the edges here. I want to completely seal around the edges so that there's no light leak. And then I'm just going to take that grill and I'm just going to glue it into position right there. Yes, I did cut myself, hence the band-aid. And I've got this side and the other side both glued in place, ready to have a light put inside there and light it up. I'm going to go ahead and do the same, put some super glue all around the edges of this little piece and glue the photo etch onto there. And I've also got both of those glued and ready to go. Next up we have these two pieces. This is where the front attaches that wraps around the tires. You can do a top mount like driving or a side mount for flying. So I've got them cut out, these little pieces, and they slip right in here. One goes on each side. And then you have this piece which attaches to the side like so. This would be for the flying position when it's in the flying mode. If you wanted to, you could also have it mount on the two holes on the top here, and you could have it in a driving position where the tires were showing. So I've got both of them cut out, and I'm going to go ahead and glue those into position right on either side of the body. And I've got both of them glued into place and ready to go. Moving on to these front fender portions, I've gone and I've already cut out with the blade and removed this section here that I'm planning on lighting. We have these clear pieces which will just go over each section like so. And then I'm going to put that cob LED behind there and we'll get some light coming through there. I'll probably also put some diffusion behind there to even out the lighting and make it just look like a nice even white light coming through there. And then we also have a clear piece that goes in the top, and I'm going to put a LED in the center there with the cob LED on the other ones and light the middle section as well. Gonna move on to the side portions of the interior. I got to cut out this stuff for photo etch, and on this side I have to remove all of this raised area for the photo etch. And I've got my photo etch pieces right here, which I'll install on the interior of the doors there, and these go on the driver's side. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead on the driver's side and sand away the portion where the photo etch is going to go. Get it nice and smooth. I've got that first portion smoothed out so the photo etch will lay nice and flat. Then I need to work on the other piece, and I'm going to go ahead and do the same, just sand it down. And I've got that one all sanded down nice and smooth so the photo etch can lay on top of there. I've also gone and sanded the passenger side so the photo etch is going to lay down smooth. And I've taped the photo etch into position, and I need to cut out holes for the little bit of lighting there is going to be. And there's some holes here that are going to need to be on the driver's side. And I've gone and I've cut the holes out. You can see light coming through there. And I've also cut out behind these pieces, and you can see light shining through there as well. Moving on, we have the footwells. There's some photo etch footwells here, which were not part of the car. You can see through with the windows, and the footwells will go here and fill in where the windows are going to be seeing. The photo etch came with these sticker masks to show you where to cut, so you just put the stickers on there and you can trace it and cut. So I've gone ahead and I've taken these stickers and I've put them on, and I'm just going to take a pen here and mark around the stickers where to remove stuff. And I've gone over it with a marker. I'm just going to go through here and remove the stickers now that I've marked where I need to cut. I'm going to pull these off. And there you can see where I need to cut. I have it marked with a pen. And these photo etch pieces just need to be bent into shape. Again, these are just footwells, just areas where their feet will go when they're sitting in their seats. I'm just going to bend these into position. Very easy to do, fit together really nicely. And with those ready to go, they will fit right inside the areas here which I cut out. And the passenger side will go there like so, and the driver's side will attach there like so. And I have gone ahead and I have glued those into position so they're secure now. And from the top side, when you look, you can't really see them, but you can see their feet can go through. But from the underside, when the bottom of the car is attached and the windows are on there, you will see the footwells there for where their feet would be hanging. There's also this little piece here, a little photo etch piece, which is just a little more detail that goes right here in this portion of the cockpit. And there's a monitor here which goes in the front. I have drawn out with the pen where to cut out for that. So I'm going to go ahead and take my blade here and I'm going to start cutting. And I've cut out a hole here for that monitor. And then temporarily I'm just going to tape that over here just to see how it looks. And this camera angle is not the best angle, but that hole is perfect. You can't see anything through there. Here we have the center console. I have to remove all of this for the photo etch pieces. This one goes here. Got this one here. This top one on the very top. And I need to get rid of all this raised area on the center console and then cut out holes for all of these areas here in the photo etch to light up in here within the center console. So to start with, I'm going to try to shave away as much as possible as I can the raised areas so I don't have to do as much sanding. And then I'm going to go ahead and sand down the rest of it to get it nice and smooth. And here you can see the center console smoothed out for the photo etch. And then I've gone and I've cut away the areas for the lighting. And like I did for the grill work on the underside, I'm going to go around and put super glue and just glue this photo etch into position over the holes I've cut out. I'm going to do that with all three pieces that I've got here. Glue that one. This top one, no light, just glues on top like so. And here is just showing you how you can see the light coming through all the exposed areas. This back portion, this all has to be removed, the back plate. I just want this middle column. There is a back wall of photo etch right here, and that will replace this whole wall that the kit comes with. So I've gone and I've cut out the back wall, and I just have this center console portion here that I want. And this needs to be shaved down and sanded for more photo etch. And I've gone and I've sanded it down, cut out for the photo etch, and then I've gone and glued the photo etch into position. And again, like the others, if I shine the light through there, you can see how it all lights up, and you'll be able to see light coming through there once it's all lit. These two pieces in the center actually go together. This one is the back piece that goes against the back wall. It attaches. I've drilled a hole through it here, hole on this center console. They'll be glued together, and I can run a wire into here to light the back portion and the light come through, and then this will be lit with an LED inside there to light up all that. But right now I'm going to go ahead and glue these together because why not? Here we have the center computer monitor dash, the photo etch which goes over that. I need to cut out the entire front of this to use the photo etch. And I have gone and cut away the entire portion and glued the photo etch into position there. And again, those acetates it comes with, this one I'm not going to use, so I'm just using it as an example, but the acetate will just go right behind the photo etch like so. And then when you have a light back there, it'll backlight it and it'll look like there's actual glowing computer monitors there showing an image on the center console. Here we have the back wall of the car. This replaces the kit, and it's going to fit right here behind the seats, the back of the cockpit. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bend these into position, and these pieces here attach to the back wall and lean back and fill in the area where the top windows are. So what I did is I taped them to hold it in position, and while it was held with tape, I ran a bead of glue all around the backside, which won't be seen, and glued that into place. And I've gone and I've glued both sides into place now. And this whole piece is going to fit right inside and go right back here. And you can see in the top portion of the car, hold it here, you can see here where the windows will be, and that'll be covered up by the photo etch. So at this point I've got everything prepped, the body prepped. I have some tape over areas that I don't want paint on so that I can glue other pieces to it. I got the back wall. I got the center console with the photo etch. This piece here I have taped off. This part is blue. The rest of it's white and is supposed to glow, so I'm going to try to light that with an LED. It goes on the top portion of the car here. Of course, we have another light area. We have those grills, the doors, the side mirrors. Anyway, I have everything cut, prepped, ready to be lit. I want to go ahead and paint everything before I start wiring up all the lighting. So this is going to do it for this video. Next video, I'll get into painting and starting to wire up all the lighting and do all the electronics. So I'd like to thank you for joining me, and thanks for watching. Hey, if you like watching my videos, please feel free to give them a like. And so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos, click subscribe.